The world of survival has changed. For millennia, hiding meant blending into shadows, moving silently and vanishing from sight and sound. But now technology has introduced a new sense, the ability to see heat. The modern survivor isn't just hiding from eyes, but from machines that detect the warmth of life itself. Through a thermal imager, the world is painted in temperatures. Your body glows against the cool night. Camouflage and silence are no longer enough. Your heat betrays you. Thermal imaging, once military only, is now in the hands of searchers, law enforcement and hobbyists. Anyone seeking true solitude must now evade this all-seeing eye. Survival has evolved. To disappear, you must blend into the thermal tapestry, not just the visual one. In this guide, we'll explore the science of heat, learn from nature's masters of thermal concealment, and translate those lessons into practical tactics. We'll cover how to choose locations, build shelters, and manage your heat to vanish from the thermal spectrum. This is the story of the thermal ghost, unseen by the eye, unfelt by the machine. To hide from thermal detection, you must understand what you're up against. All objects emit thermal radiation, energy our eyes can't see, but thermal imagers can. These devices translate heat into images. Warm objects glow, cool ones fade. The human body, always warm, stands out starkly against most environments. Camouflage patterns and colours are useless. Your heat radiates through them, revealing your shape. Nature offers lessons. A lizard, cold in the morning, is nearly invisible thermally. Basking in the sun, it glows. Like the lizard, we must manage how our heat escapes, not just how we look. Start seeing the world in heat and cold, not just light and shadow. Every object has a thermal signature. Rocks, water, leaves, all create a landscape of temperatures. Learn to read this invisible map to find places where you blend in, not stand out. Mastering this is the foundation of modern survival concealment. The thermal world is everywhere. Learn to see it. Traditional camouflage was about tricking the eye, patterns, colours and shapes, but thermal imagers ignore colour. They see heat. Most clothing and camo materials are transparent to thermal energy. Your warmth radiates right through. Old tricks, ghillie suits, camo nets do little to hide your thermal signature. The new game is about matching temperatures, not colours. Your goal, reduce the thermal contrast between you and your surroundings. Think insulation, reflection and convection, not just appearance. The modern survivor needs 2 layers, visual camouflage, and more importantly, thermal camouflage. Hiding from heat is now the key to hiding in plain sight. The first step in thermal concealment is choosing the right location. The natural world is a patchwork of hot and cold spots. Find where your heat can blend in. Dense, multi-layered canopies act as thermal blankets, trapping warmth and reducing contrast. Depressions, gullies, and the lee of rocks offer cooler microclimates and scatter your heat. Areas with ground clutter, logs, rocks, thick brush, create a chaotic thermal background, masking your signature. Avoid open, uniform spaces where your warmth stands out. Hide within the noise of nature's thermal mosaic. Building your shelter is about stopping your heat from reaching the outside. Single-layer tents won't work, they glow on thermal cameras. The secret is layering, just like animal fur or feathers. Start with a comfort layer close to you, then add a thick insulation layer, dry leaves, pine needles, or moss trap air and slow heat transfer. Next, add a reflective barrier. A space blanket, shiny side in, bounces heat back. The outermost layer should match the environment's temperature, separated by an air gap. Use branches or a frame to hold this layer above the reflective one. This multi-layered system turns your heat into a faint, unremarkable patch. Insulation, reflection, and environmental blending are your best defences. Done right, you become nearly invisible to thermal eyes. Insulation traps heat, but you must manage ventilation. Exhaled air and body heat build up fast, risking both comfort and concealment. Warm air escaping through a small hole creates a visible plume on thermal cameras. Use a cold sink, a low spot for cool air, and a baffled vent, a long tube or channel that lets air cool before it exits. Place the vent's exit in thermal clutter like bushes or rocks to diffuse escaping heat. Design your entrance like an airlock, double flaps, low to the ground, to minimize heat loss. Every entry or exit is a risk. Manage it carefully. Ventilation is as critical as insulation for staying hidden. You are the main heat source in your shelter. Adding fire, stoves, or candles makes you glow on thermal images. Avoid them. Cook away from your shelter, and only when necessary. Cold food is safer. Use low-power LED lights with red filters for minimal heat. Dress in layers to regulate your own warmth. Don't heat the shelter. Heat yourself. Avoid sweating. It increases humidity and forces your body to work harder. Seek thermal equilibrium. Not cold, not warm, just invisible. Comfort comes from discipline, not heat. The less you emit, the less you're seen. Even a well-built shelter can betray you if its surface looks unnatural. Smooth, uniform tarps stand out on thermal displays. Break up your shelter's outline with local materials, twigs, leaves, grass, bark, applied messily. Live vegetation, like moss or ferns, adds dynamic, natural thermal texture. Blend the shelter's edges into the environment. Erase footprints and disturbed soil. The goal: no clear boundary between shelter and wilderness. Disappear into the chaos of nature's thermal patterns. Theory isn't enough. Test your concealment. Use a consumer thermal imager to see what the observer sees. Check your shelter from a distance at different times of day and night. Look for hot spots, entrances, vents, thin insulation. Adapt. Add insulation, refine airlocks, adjust shading. This is an ongoing process. Test, observe, improve. Survival now means constant vigilance and adaptation. Think like the machine. Where does your heat escape? Only by testing can you truly vanish from the thermal spectrum. Become a thermal ghost, unseen, unfelt, and unfound.